In the bitter cold of Clearwater Ridge, where winter winds scraped across wooden buildings and snow, swallowed footprints before anyone could blink, young Eli Turner rushed down the frosted streets clutching a small bundle of food he had earned through a long day of hauling firewood, clearing paths, and doing anything townsfolk would pay a few coins for, his bare feet red from the cold and his hands raw from labor, but hope glowing in his chest, because his mother and baby siblings had not eaten since yesterday. When he passed the saloon, the warm glow of lanterns and laughter from inside clashed painfully with the desperation outside, and his steps faltered the moment a tall rancher in a black coat, Jeb Crawford, the lone man whose silence had become legend, stepped in front of him and asked what he carried, prompting Eli to clutch the food desperately and whisper, voice trembling, "Please don't take our food. We saved all day for this." A plea so fragile it cut through the rancher's icy heart, reminding him of a son he had lost to a fever years ago, causing him to step aside and let the boy run.
Grandpa, it was
That night,
huge.
Mary Turner held her children close as Eli returned with the bread and broth, the family sharing a meal that warmed not just their stomachs but their hope, while the lonely rancher walked away through the drifting snow, unable to shake the
just the beginning,
echo of those
son.
trembling words. By morning, the fire in their small shack was nearly dead, and Mary begged Eli not to work again in such cold. But Eli, braver than his age, promised he would return soon and stepped out into the snowy silence, only to be stopped once more by Jeb Crawford riding a chestnut horse, who asked if Eli was hungry and, receiving a stubborn but obviously false no, dismounted and quietly led the boy toward his ranch, a place larger and warmer than anything Eli had ever seen. Inside, Eli ate a bowl of hot stew while Jeb confessed he once had a boy just like him, who always said we instead of I, a habit that made him selfless and kind, and losing him had left a hole so deep the rancher had walled himself off from the world. But Eli, thin, shivering, determined, had cracked that wall without even knowing, and so Jeb offered him work, food, and payment enough to ensure his family never starved again. An offer Eli accepted with breathless gratitude. That afternoon, Jeb rode Eli home with a sack of food, and Mary Turner, though startled, recognized the sincerity in the rancher's tired eyes, allowing hope to settle in her heart for the first time in years. As the gentle snow began to fall again, Eli looked up at the rancher whose life he had unknowingly changed, with a single terrified plea, and Jeb placed a steady hand on the boy's shoulder, saying, "This is just the beginning, son," unaware that he had just rewritten the fate of the Turner family and uncovered the first spark of warmth in his own frozen heart. And so, in the quiet winter of Clearwater Ridge, the bond between a starving boy and a lonely rancher grew into something strong enough to fight hunger, loss, and the cold itself, reminding everyone that even the smallest act of mercy could save not just a life but a soul. If you want to hear more powerful stories like this, filled with emotion, hope, and life-changing moments, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because your support inspires more storytelling that warms hearts just like this one.